Okay, so this is the SPE system, as simple as it can be. Starting from this position, you come in as a student. Then you can check out your due evaluation. Due evaluation has already been created by the UC. This is the title of the evaluation and then the deadline. And then once you click on it, it gives you an option to submit your SPE, and then you can see that it rejects anything that is a letter but accepts numbers 8, 5, 4, 3, and then 7. So anything accepted, and then you can choose your course mate. So we can do something like Adrian, for instance. It will take a little while because it's filtering through the users that are on the account. So once it gets the names, you can press back and then it will update itself. Here you can see Adrian here. One of the things it does is that there is a hidden um input entry here that captures Adrian here. So for all the evaluations you're going to do that are related to Adrian, it's going to have the name Adrian. So you can now publish, and once the button turns from black to gray and from gray back to black, you're going to see some little dots going above your screen. And once it stops and then this is clear again, it shows that you have entered and you've successfully submitted your SPE. So you can choose another course mate. Let's say Kim. And then for Adrian, you can see that you can filter through a number of the people on your account. So for Kim, you can get back, and then you can see the little dots on top. You can get back to see, you can pick Kim Barry, and then you do same for Kim Barry. And then you publish. So when you're done publishing, you come here, you see the evaluations that you have created. You can see Kim Barry, Adrian Abbott evaluated. Just a little correction will be made here with the gallery to make sure that we don't have evaluated separate and then the name of the entry separate. But then you can see that this is attaching evaluated here to show that it has been evaluated. So getting back, so this is this so the UC part, when you come in as UC, as a UC, you're going to have a place to create your survey on this side. So let me play this. So you're going to start with your survey title. We can call this quantum mechanics. You can choose a date for the deadline. You can make it tomorrow if you want to. Intro will be intro to QM. Then question 1 will be rate your contribution on a scale of 1 to 10. So I'm going to keep copying this. Copy, paste, 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 and then paste. So this is supposed to be a place where you have the UC email. So the UC will enter the email in here, where the UC will get a notification when this when someone fills in the survey, right? So we're going to click this and then click publish, and then you see that it has been published. Once you see that it is clear, once it is clear, it means that it is published. Surveys have been created. Once you get back to the student screen, the due evaluation, you're going to see that quantum mechanics, as you can see here, has been added. So when you click on quantum mechanics, and then you fill it in for Kimbari 6, 8, 9, 5, then you publish. So that's been submitted. One quick thing to also understand is, for the creation of the survey, if you look at the form that we used here, so to show that quickly, the form itself, if you look at the on success here, there is a power, or there's an automation I actually commented out, because it will cluster your email. So when you use this, when the form is successfully submitted, this is the flow that is supposed to notify the students of new SPEs. But because we have not, as I said, we have not resolved the issue, or we have not created the aspect that has to do with the logins and then the classification of the teams, this will have to be left as commented here. But if you leave it on, you will see that it will work. You will see a couple of notifications as well. The flow has been built already. So moving on from this, upload student list, then the students, then the UC, of course, can export the spreadsheet. So if the UC comes and he has the SPE that the UC wants to get from the class, all the UC needs to do is to click export. So let's click on play, and you click on export. It takes a little while. When it is done, it redirects us to a OneDrive, a place in OneDrive is requiring signing in. Takes us to a place in OneDrive where we will need to, so that part is a form of verification to ensure. So this will bring us to the Excel file itself. So you can see these are all these are the averages that's calculated by itself from Dataverse itself. So it gives you a quick Excel file. So you can just do well to go to file and then export, and then download as PDF or as CSV, whatever format you want. You can just go ahead to do that. Now, to just show you quickly what's going on here, if I click on this button here, export, there is an automation, export excel data.run, that is attached to the button when clicked. So the export excel.data gets back a record of the URL itself, and then it is saved to link to file. So this link to file is what we are attaching to the launch function. The launch function is the one that will take us to this particular place. So immediately this runs, this will actually launch. That's how it works, right? So the set function saves the record we get from this Excel, from this automation here. So these are the list of automations we have attached to the app. We have the get Excel data. This is supposed to be what runs for the uploading of Excel. We have the export Excel data, which is what we just used. We have the notify of new SPE. It's supposed to notify the students. This is the one we muted. We have the SPE email notification. We're going to see that in action. And then we have the UC SPE notification. So this is to notify the UC of the SPE that has been created by a student. So if we move over to our mail, you're going to see that we have a couple of emails that just came in. It should be coming in. Let me refresh. So if we, so for I think you created this, so this was actually tested. So you this is a UC. So if we use Kim Stacy's, what's it called, email or her account for the UC, your student is going to come with your student has just completed and submitted the survey, and then the title of the survey is captured, and then this is to tell the students, that is, we're assuming that Kim, Q, Stacy is playing the role of both the student and also the UC, which we're using her email to use as the UC herself. So this will actually capture that this is the survey that has been completed. So this is a notification sending to herself that okay, after completing it, you have successfully submitted an SPE. So this is the Power Automate, the automation that sends out that exports the Excel. So it's taking a little bit of time to come up, but then in a nutshell, that is how it's been able to capture everything that concerns. So this is it. You get a trigger. Now the trigger for this export Excel data will be the button for the export. So we attach it to the export button, and then once it is triggered, it lists the rows from the SPE table and then creates a CSV table for us. Now the CSV table is pre-populated here, as you can see. We use dynamic content. We use what we call a custom. For the columns, we use a custom. Then it gets to create the file for us, and then we can name the file ourselves, because we're listing the rows out of Dataverse, getting it into a CSV format, creating a CSV file, which is also going to be viewed as Excel, and then we're getting the link to that saved on OneDrive, and then we are sending the file, the URL back. So this is actually just dummy this is dummy data. You can ignore this, and then that's how it works. So you're going to see this again. So that's basically how. So the other notifications also work based on the on success behavior of the form. So once the form has successfully submitted, all these are all the same. They work basically the same way. I will just use one to explain, but they are just replicas of themselves. So once we have a trigger from Power Automate, we get a couple of variables, right? We get email, the student name itself, and the survey title. So this is to send it to the SPE, and then we fill it up as dynamic content as an email notification, which is what you see there. You see, and then basically that's how it works. For this other flows, they work similarly as well. It's just a variation. You can choose to send an email notification, or you can choose to send an email yourself. So it's basically the same thing. This also has a couple of variables it's getting from Power Apps itself, and then it's sending the email when the person is done. So this is just the solution in summary, what you're able to do from start to finish. Just very, very brief and quick summary. Lots of improvements can be made, a lot of areas can be modified, but due to want of time, to see that we beat the deadline, and then to see that this thing is ensured, and then of course this, what I've just said in this video, captured all the deliverables that were captured for this project squarely. So this is it. Thank you.